Hi, everyone, and welcome to the second annual WRDC Sports Friday Night Rivals Kickoff Special. We're once again excited to be the home of Friday Night Rivals and to present another season of high school football on MyRDC. Starting Friday, August 25th, we've got the first of 10 exciting matchups featuring some great rivalries with several teams making their Friday Night Rivals debut. Stick around because over the next 60 minutes, we'll break down all the matchups with player and coach interviews. Plus, we've got some very special guests who play and coach at the next level. But first, let's take a look at some highlights from last season of Friday Night Rivals.
4 down territory, Sonny?
Yeah, I believe so.
Oh, it's picked off, and it's going to be 6 the other way. Here's a throw on first down. Oh, it's bounced up and caught. Wow.
Stone King back in at fullback.
He'll get it. He'll burst through and stay on his feet. Touchdown. Unleashes, and it's going to be intercepted. Blue taking it down the sideline, making a move. He's going to take it in for the score.
Snap, he takes it right, darting forward, skips past the man, finds room. There goes Crutchfield. Gordon throws as he takes the hit, finds Leacock on the outside, still on his feet, splits two defenders, and there he goes! Across the middle, one-handed grab made, and there goes Cooley, touchdown!
Middleton, one of the best in the state with the response.
Not surprised at all. Is this a little surprise down the sideline? Into the end zone.
We're looking forward to the plays that'll make the highlight reels this fall. And with that, it's time to dig into our first matchup. We kick off the season with Heritage traveling to Cleveland, one of 2 games on the schedule with a 7:30 p.m. kickoff. This non-conference rivalry began when each school opened 13 years ago.
They opened the same year we did, so 2010, 2011, we had the opportunity to open up with them in Corinth. They had a lot of success over the number of years, that we're still trying to get to where they are. It's going to take a little bit, but it's going to be an exciting game. We get to play each other again, and that's exciting.
What's your goals for this season?
Obviously, we want to be the team across the street. We don't want to say their names, but that's a big goal, obviously. We want to go really far in the playoff, not win states, conference championship.
How exciting is it for you to be on TV?
It's exciting, childhood dream. So, it's finally cool to be able to fulfill it, live it out, make it a reality.
It's amazing to have that sort of audience watching us. It's going to bring the pressure, but we're going to play, we're going to win.
What are your goals for this season?
Bring a ring, and a conference championship. I feel like that will change the environment of sports at Heritage High School.
I know you have a long history going back with Heritage.
Yeah, both schools opened the same time, and that first year both of us had a hard time finding opponents. So we played them twice that first year. It was just JV season, and then we continued to play them non-conference. When our programs were first on the upswing, and getting back to that rivalry will be fun.
New team this year, new leaders. What should we see out on the field?
We're excited about the team we got. The player of the year in the conference last year for us was Jackson Bird. He's got 2 more years with us, so we're excited about that. A big thing you got to worry about now is they changed the rules about alignment and how they see the playoffs, and RPI is a big factor. And our RPI has not been great the last few years, and so we went out and tried to find some opponents that are really high quality and also play in high quality conferences. So we got that with Hoggard and Heritage. We're excited about that challenge early and figure out what kind of team we are, and hopefully playing them will help us at the end of the year when it comes time to make a playoff seed.
We want to get this conference championship done, and then we want to go undefeated, of course, make a playoff run, and then get back to the state championship.
What's your stat line going to be for the game?
My stat line for the game, I'm going to be modest. I'm going to go for 5 catches, 150 yards, like 2 or 3 TDs.
Our second game features 2 tradition-rich programs led by new head coaches. Millbrook made its deepest playoff run in school history last season, while Garner looks to return to prominence under Coach Deron Donald. Coach, this is your first year. Congratulations on being named the head coach. What's it been like to be a Garner Trojan?
Hey man, it's been great so far. A lot of work. We hit the ground running. I got here end of January, and the main thing was trying to get the staff together and get the kids and weight training and, kind of getting them to understand how we're going to do things around here. So it's been a lot of work, but it's been good work. I feel like if we can get the culture together, make sure the culture is in place, we'll win football games. I think that's just a byproduct of doing things the right way. Are we going to win every game? That's the goal. Well, we know what Millbrook has done over the last few years. They have been a perennial powerhouse. But at the end of the day, when those 2 teams get together and play one another, the records are out the window. It's all about tradition at that point. So at the end of the day, we just got to do the little things right, and we got to be physical. And my thing is, we want to go out and hit them in the mouth. We want to be physical. Can you stand for 48 minutes and go toe-to-toe, blow-to-blow with us? And that's how we're going to approach it, and that's how we're going to go about doing our business.
Now, Dontre, you used to hunt down quarterbacks at East Carolina. What's your message to your players now standing on the sideline calling plays?
Well, my message is simple. We run to the ball with bad intentions. Simple. You got to be an aggressive guy to play defense.
What are some of your goals for this season?
Don't lose. Simple as that. Don't lose. I know the Wildcats are a pretty tough team. They got some real studs on their team. I have total respect for them, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. It's nothing personal. It's just business. I'm in there to win it, and the Wildcats better be ready for number 74 when he comes full force at them.
Coach, welcome to Millbrook. How's it been here getting to meet your new team and getting through workouts?
We got a great group of young men. There's a great culture already here in place at Millbrook. Work extremely hard, and we got some good players, so I'm excited about the season.
And, Coach, you've played at the college level, star running back at Duke. You've been a head coach at the high school level, a coach at the college level as well. What does the community need to know about you and your experience that you're bringing here to Millbrook?
They're going to get my all. You know, our philosophy is you are your habits. And so we just come to practice for two reasons. That's to create great habits and to get rid of bad ones. And again, that's part of becoming a great team. And if we do those things on a daily basis, then the results will take care of themselves.
Last year, you had an outstanding season, breaking records. How was last year for you? How much fun did you have?
I had an amazing amount of fun. You know, we haven't made it past the third round in like 100 years, so that was a great accomplishment that we had.
Put up big numbers. How do you surpass those?
I surpassed those by just getting it to my playmakers like last year. I had Nathan Leacock, Ty Broughton, Xavier Pugh, and all of them. And I just got to do that with all of my receivers now, like DK, Henry, and J. Meyer.
What do you want to tell and show college coaches about what you can do and what you can bring to a program in the future?
That I'm a leader and that I can make every single throw that they need me to.
This year, in order to take the next step, it's going to take a lot of intensity. Last year we had good players. They're gone, but that doesn't matter because this year we have players that are going to come in. We're going to be a good institution, and we're going to get the job done.
We just want to continue to build off our success, that we've made it farther than we ever did. We've made history, and we just want to continue to build off of that.
Up next, we're heading back to Johnston County. Stay with us. Welcome back to the WRDC Sports Friday Night Rivals Kickoff Special. We spent an afternoon and an evening at practice where expectations are high for a strong season under second-year head coach Scott Chadwick. Coach Chadwick, year two at Clayton, how exciting is it for you to have a full offseason laying down the foundation for your team?
Well, I told people all along, I kind of felt like this is exactly what the program needed, and that was an offseason. So glad to have it. Feel like we've been very productive in it. And that's a credit to our guys have just been tremendous. For us, a lot of things starts defensively with, bringing our, pretty much our entire front seven back defensively. And then, offensively, we're fortunate we have our leading receiver, Deion Harris, back. Had a couple of really good quarterbacks that have come in. But, the biggest thing for us offensively, too, is we have 3 starters back on the offensive line. You only play 10 guaranteed Friday nights that you're playing games. But you're at practice and workouts and all those things hundreds of times. So you have to have guys that you enjoy going to practice with every day. And this is one of the best groups to practice with that I've ever been around.
Outstanding spring practice so far. How's all the work you're putting in going?
Sir, it's going really good. I can see big differences from last year. But I can tell that this year a lot of people want to be here, happy to be here, excited.
So on Friday Night Rivals, if you get a sack, what's going to be your celebration dance?
The first one, I might just keep it humble, but the second one, I might hit a little gritty or something.
What can we expect out of you this season?
Oh, big hits, big plays, and just showing out.
And while we're at Clayton, we had an opportunity to catch up with UNC quarterback Drake May, who played under Coach Chadwick at Myers Park. We'll bring you that interview later in the show. But first, on to our next matchup. Wakefield takes on Broughton in both teams' final test heading into conference play. Justin, congratulations on your new role here at Wakefield. What an exciting time to be in this program and lay your foundation down.
Absolutely, man. I'm having the time of my life out here. We got a great admin, great support, put together a pretty good coaching staff. I'm looking forward to working here. We'll be very similar to how we were at Jordan. Defense is changing quite a bit. We'll be a little bit more attacking, a little more pressure defense. Offensively, still be a pistol, still run a lot of zone. That's what we like to do.
And, Coach, last year at Jordan, your regular season, you were building it up, and then, boom, the postseason hit. What a turn of events, and you had a deep playoff run.
You know, I think that all the credit goes to the kids. I don't know that we completely changed or revamped anything, but they stayed true with what we were doing, what we expected them to do, and put together quite a run. It was fun to be a part of. It was very magical. I think we can pull in a lot of that experience as a staff. We figured out some things in the playoffs practice-wise that I think gave us an edge on Fridays, and I'm going to run with that here too.
What's been the biggest thing you've learned from Coach Allred since he started?
Just with Coach Allred, just like management and like how to like lead the team and like go through situations to where like we can be the best we can be.
Zizra, you're out here working hard in the off-season workouts. How's it going?
It's going really great. It feels actually great. And just got here after track season.
Well, you look like you're fast, are you?
I mean, you can say I'm fast. I think I'm fast.
Yeah.
I mean, I can prove it too if you want me to. But I know I'm fast. Yeah, I'm fast.
Do you think you're faster than me? I'm quick, and I'm strong.
I doubt you're stronger than me, though.
Oh, okay. That's a challenge. Well, I'm about to do 10 push-ups right now, dude. Let's see if we can do it.
It's going down, it's going down, it's going down, it's going down, it's going down. I'm your captain now. It's going down, it's going down, it's going down, it's going down, it's going down. I'm your captain now.
With Coach McGuire, head coach of the Broughton Capitals, and coach off-season workouts underway, team's looking good.
Absolutely, we're excited. We got over 100 kids out here almost every day, and we've been working hard since January, and we've been excited for this week and just to get everything going and feel like football season again.
Broughton will be facing Wakefield on Friday night rivals. What does that opportunity mean to the players?
I mean, anytime we can be seen by more eyes, it's a great thing, and you know, that's a big game. They have a new coach over there, and you know, we're starting something new over here, and it's going to be a really big game for momentum, I think, going into conference for both of us, see where we're at and be a good test.
When we get the win, you know, it's going to be good for us. We're going to get Broughton name out there. People have been thinking like we've been losing. We made the playoffs last year, but it's time to change the culture around here, baby.
Brody, what's your goals for this season?
Of course, go 10-0, 10-0. Everybody's expecting us to go 7-3 with this next upcoming schedule, but we're going to push it and we're going to beat these teams that we're not supposed to win, and every game that we're supposed to win, we're going to win those too.
Well, Brody, you look like you can get after the quarterback. Is that true?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm ready to go. All these quarterbacks I'm going up against, be ready, be ready.
So if you get a sack or when you make a play, what do you want me to say about you?
Ooh, that's a hard one. Say the 6'6" menace got him. That's it. That's all you got to say.
Up next, we'll dive into one of the state's most historic rivalries. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to the WRDC Sports Friday Night Rivals Kickoff Special. Our fifth game features one of North Carolina's all-time great rivalries in Cary versus Apex. The Cougars are coming off a 10-win season that saw them reach the second round of the playoffs. But no matter what the records are, this game matters just a little bit more to both teams.
We always challenge them, have you gotten better since last year? What things have you improved on and what things you control? So the work in the weight room, the encouragement from a teammate on pushing each other, but just the strength, the feet work. If you're better, typically we're more confident. So hopefully that carries on this year, this season. Apex Cary, I will still say it's the best rivalry in Wake County. I'm gonna still say it's one of the best rivalries in the state of North Carolina. Just being from this area, being on the other side as far as coaching at Apex, right, and coaching against Cary, but that rivalry is just one thing as far as the excitement and, of course, bragging rights.
How tough are these workouts right now getting ready for the year?
They're definitely a lot harder than last year. We're trying out some different stuff in the weight room, more compound lifts, movements for getting explosive in the game.
Cary versus Apex is a huge rivalry. What does that game mean to you?
It means everything. We're going to beat him this year. I have 100% confidence. That's all I got to say about that.
I'd say it's pretty personal. We lost to Apex last year, but we're going to get them this year.
It goes back a long ways. We got a lot of old timers that are really invested in it, so I just hope it's a good game for all the fans on both sides. I think it's going to be a great season for Cary, and I look forward to beating Apex.
Coach, off-season workouts underway, building the foundation. How's it been going?
It's been outstanding. We come off a big year, and our kids are excited. Of course, the energy around the community and the school is unbelievable. It's at a next level of excitement. But the off-season has been absolutely outstanding. We love what we have coming back. We have so much young talent coming back.
What's your key to building a program?
It all starts with the culture. It really changing that, hey, we might lose attitude. So, no, we're going to win. The competition in practice is always through the roof at a high level, and there's always something to gain and something to achieve. And we're always trying to elevate the competition in practice that it's going to be higher than the game. So we try to do the best we can so these kids, when they get in that moment, they're really calm, cool, and collected.
Cameron, what's the best part of playing defense?
I like to hit people. I kind of like to make some people's days kind of worse, giving them a hard time on offense. I don't really like offense that much.
Chase, Apex last year, great season, a lot of momentum going into the offseason. What do you want to accomplish this year?
I'm trying to win a state championship, trying to go 10-0, win conference.
What does the Cary rivalry mean?
Oh, I don't like Cary. I'm trying to win by 50 against them.
Well, Coach Wolf, you've been a part of the Cary rivalry for so many seasons. What does it mean to you to go against the Imps?
Well, it's a tremendous rivalry, and it's one of those rivalries that's good for high school football. I'm talking a long time ago. It was a huge rivalry between the two schools, even when they were both 1 and 2A schools. It didn't take me very long when I first started working here to get into that rivalry. It's kind of like a State Carolina rivalry or Duke Carolina in basketball.
What does it mean to the community and for you to be a part of it, winning that game?
Well, they used to tell me, and I didn't know this, they used to tell me that there was a lot of betting going on in that game with the people in the two communities. I don't know. I just heard that from around sources, but it was a great thing to be excited about when we could win that game, and it was always hard fought.
With the Cary rivalry going back to your career, and you look at that ball game, what was the difference in that game? What did you have to do to make sure you win?
Probably one of the hardest things was to keep emotions intact that week and just prepare to go into that game and then be able to adjust. I mean, their senior year, we started off and Rob, the offensive coordinator here now, caught a long touchdown pass, and we jumped up off right away. And then Cary came back and went ahead and was ahead most of the game, and we tied it with about 2 minutes to go in the game, and then ended up throwing a winning touchdown pass with 11 seconds left in the game. So you got to be able to adjust to that. Just keeping the emotions intact and keeping focused on what you had to do, but then being able to enjoy the excitement of the game because it's fun, no matter whether it was here or over there.
Coach, you've had a lot of wins here. Congratulations on your career and beating Cary so many times. We appreciate your time.
I think we were about even. Maybe they had the edge on us a little bit, but we got our turn. We got our share, and it was good. It had a lot of great people, great staffs, and that helped us, and great players that were fun to work with.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Staying in the SWAC, we have another game featuring Cary and Apex teams as Apex Friendship takes on Panther Creek. 3 of the past 4 games in this rivalry have been decided by 3 points or less. Coach, season's approaching. It's a fun time of the year. How's the off-season workouts been going?
Oh, I absolutely love the summertime. We really to take a step back, focus on exactly what we want to focus on. We get them fresh in the morning. We don't have to worry about a whole long day of school. We get them fresh first thing in the morning, get them up and at them, and I'm really impressed with the hard work they've put in this summer.
You and your team are used to having the spotlight on you with Friday night rivals coming in this year against Panther Creek. What does that opportunity mean to you in the program?
Well, it's just another opportunity for our guys to be able to be in a different situation. And so the more different opportunities, whether it be opening the season at Wake Med or when we go scrimmage in Fayetteville, we want our guys to be able to be comfortable being uncomfortable and let them be able to try to experience different things and just make the best experience possible for them. Every year since we've opened, they've always been tight. Coach Crocker does a great job. He's got a great group of young men over there. But this is one chance that now we get to play them on TV and see what our guys can do. And we had a pretty good lead on them last year and then lost it late. So we've got to make sure that we not only start very aggressively, but keep our foot on the gas the whole time.
Our main goal is to improve upon everything that we built last year. We got a lot of guys returning, but also a lot of guys that are coming up new, getting their first starting jobs this year. So I think our main goal is just to develop those guys and make sure that we're all on the same level despite what we're coming from last year.
Details matter. The hand fighting, the coming off the edge, the reps that you get with your tackles, it all matters. We're trying to make sure that we are prepared enough for the season. That way when we go into the season, we can go out and show what are these people, what we can do.
You always face a tough non-conference schedule, and then in league, so many good teams. What do these workouts really do to prepare you for the schedule you're going to face?
Yeah, we want to make sure that our guys are mentally ready. We want to be physically ready, of course, but, so much of the game is mental. These guys got to be ready to face a good conference schedule. So we're going to play good teams in the non-conference. This year we've got Hillside, we've got Lee County, and we've got Leesville Road. So we want to see guys and teams that are going to be in the playoffs, and year in and year out, they're tough. So it gets us ready for the conference schedule.
Who are some of the players you're looking to really step up this year and kind of fill that leadership void?
Well, of course, we got Zach Gano, Sergio Castellon, Will Clancy comes back at quarterback. We expect those guys to step up and really provide leadership as well as get some of the younger guys ready.
What's the hardest part of off-season workouts?
Honestly, the discipline of waking up, getting out of bed. You don't want to do it. No one else is doing it. 7:30 in the morning, you're here on the field. It's all moist. Your cleats are soaking. You don't want to be here, but as long as you get it done, you're going to be good.
What's the biggest thing you're looking to improve?
I'm looking to, since I've been a 4-year starter on Panther Creek, I've been with 3 different groups. A lot of these guys I haven't played varsity with. These guys were on the team JV last year, so I'm trying to build my connection with them, start building that chemistry, get that fire lit under us.
Against Apex Friendship, what's it going to take to win that game?
I think our passing game has been very effective in the pass against them, so I think if we just continue to pass the ball and move the ball well, I think we should be able to win.
We still have 4 more games to preview, as well as interviews with some big-time guests after the break. Welcome back. Jaguars coach Tommy Smith made tremendous strides in his second year with the team and looks to improve even more this season. A lot of close games last year against a really tough schedule. This year, those guys coming back with experience, what's it going to take the next step?
Just a complete buy-in, because, experience is one of the things that you can't teach. You just got to understand the days that when it's hard and the days when you have to put in work and you don't see any fruition of it. Just know it's going to come back. August to the end of October is 10 games. We're doing it for them. We have programs here that have won championships, and we're one of the next ones. That's what we strive to get. So it's exciting for our culture here.
The opportunity means a lot, especially as a senior. It's a last ride to really show what I could do.
Of course, our goal is always the playoffs. Always want to make it to the playoffs, and I think it's going to take a lot of hard work, especially with not being as big as other teams, just working with limited numbers, so people got to really step up.
So, yeah, we got to practice hard here, and once we practice hard here, that'll translate on the field. If we ain't winning, we ain't doing nothing. Thanks to Coach Smith and everything that he's put into the program, he definitely put us in a new direction to win games.
Back to the SWAC for our 8th contest. Conference champion Holly Springs visited Campbell University this summer for a week-long football camp. We caught up with the team as well as Campbell head football coach Mike Minner. But first, we stopped by Green Hope to meet up with head coach Chris Tolbert and his Falcons. And Coach, I know you guys are going to run the ball this year. What can fans expect with the wing T offense?
Well, they can expect something that looks a little different than what they're used to seeing on Saturday and Sunday. Lots of misdirection, lots of run game, lots of play action pass. We want to run the ball. We want to bring a physical brand of football out to the field on Friday nights. We'll be a lot more aggressive on defense this year. We'll have a much better product out there for fans to come and see.
I'm really excited about putting the team together because a lot of these guys I play with, we've been together for 4 years since middle school. So it's just all about that chemistry, the team chemistry.
Yeah, winning games, that's the biggest thing. Our coach Tolbert has emphasized that. That's the most important thing, and making the playoffs. That's a big goal for us this year.
Talk about your relationship with Campbell and Coach Minner here and bringing your team here to the Campbell field and facilities here and having the opportunity to practice here and get ready for the year.
It's a great opportunity. It gets us more practices in a fewer time where the kids have more retention of it throughout the the few days that we're here than we can get in 3 weeks in a normal summer. And they give us access to their stadium. We play 7-on-7. They let us use their coaches and their film rooms if we want to watch film. So it's really great for us.
What excites you most about your team?
Just the fact that our offense is returning a lot of guys, and it's going to be exciting to see what they do. With our quarterback, Joel Sheehan, just having a great year last year and seeing what he can do. 2 senior tackles on the offensive line, so it's going to be fun to see what we can do with it.
You had an outstanding season last year. What are your goals heading into this year?
Well, I guess just to get more yards than last season. I mean, win more games than last season, go farther in playoffs than last season. It kind of hurt going out second round against Pine Forest, but hoping to rebound this year and go even farther than the second round. Just win, to be honest.
And for you, playing on the line, you've got to be tough, you've got to be quick. What is it taking in these workouts to really build up for the season?
It's taking everything. I mean, we got to be in shape. We got to be ready to fire out and hit people, offensive line and defensive line. We've been going at each other, but just at the end of the day, we're all teammates, it's all love, and it's going to be fun this season.
Coach, for you, you've played at the highest levels, coached now, you've moved into so many different roles, but all started in high school, where I don't think you were an All-American, you were all-world. But what was that experience like for you, starting off in high school and then moving up the ranks? But what makes high school football so special?
Well, it's Friday night. It's nothing like Friday night lights of being able to go to school, have a pep rally, everybody excited about it, wear your jersey all day in class, and then now you start to go home and you walk back to the stadium and you're getting ready for a football game, and you get your your pads ready and getting dressed and going out there and performing in front of family and friends. It's nothing like that. And I think high school football is the heartbeat of everything we do in America as far as football is concerned.
You're holding high school camps here at the facility. What does it mean to you just to be able to bring in local teams and have them experience what Campbell is?
Again, what best way to introduce yourself than to introduce somebody and invite them to your house? Now they get to know you, they get to see you operate every day. And so when we're doing these camps for these high schools, we just really want them to kind of feel the spirit of Campbell. What is Campbell? Who is Campbell? And why Campbell, right? And so when you get a chance to do a camp for high school teams, that's really where it's at, man, because you get a chance to introduce yourself.
Well, Coach, all I know is I would love to be run out of the tunnel next to you, get one of your pregame speeches, because it gets me ready to go, and you look like you can still run a 4.4 and bench press the house. So thank you so much for having us. Continued success. It's amazing what you've done here at Campbell and where you're taking this program, and thank you for everything you do for football.
Thank you, bud.
Welcome back. There are 2 games left on our schedule, and they're big ones. We're at Trentini Stadium on October 20th as Wake Forest hosts Rolesville. This matchup rarely disappoints, and the last 3 games have gone down to the wire. New Rolesville head coach Rainier Rackley is ready for the challenge. New goals for this year's team. You always go deep into the playoffs. What do you want this team to accomplish?
Just finishing. You know what I mean? A couple times before, years before, we seem like we get to that curve and we just stop. This year we just got to finish. On paper, I tell people every year, on paper we're probably the best team in the state. They just have to just transfer. You know what I mean? I don't care about all the accolades and preseason and all that stuff. You have to just turn that curve and finish, man. So that's my focus, because we at that brink that I feel like we can do some great things. So I'm just waiting to see what's going to happen. And, going against a rival like Wake Forest, a heated rival, been rivaling for a year. This year is kind of a little personal for me because I have so much respect for Coach Lucas. I learned a lot from him just from watching behind the scenes, playing against him for years. But this year is going to be a little different, I think, but in a good way.
What does that rivalry mean to you?
It means a lot. I feel like it's been going on for generations. I have family who played both Rolesville, Wake Forest, and I've been going to games ever since I was little, so it means a lot.
How much fun is it for you to be on TV and with your family and friends watching?
It's always going to be good to be on TV, especially when you're going to whoop Wake Forest like we are. So, I'm just excited to get to it, for real.
What do you expect out of your team this year?
Well, it won't be just a traditional wing tee where we're running it right at you. We do have those components that can do that, but we're going to open it up with Kayvon being the quarterback. He's athletic. He can throw the ball. He can run the ball. So offensively, we may be a little different, but we still will have the wing tee aspect. On defense, we want to be more physical and more disciplined on defense. So that's hopefully what you see.
Covering the Rolesville versus Wake Forest game, how is that rivalry continuing to develop? Last year in that ball game, it was down to the wire. What's that rivalry like for you and your program?
Well, look at the history of Rolesville, a new school, new program, and look, they shot up to the top in the state of North Carolina. And for us to even maintain over here, it's going to be a competitive rivalry when they used to be a part of this school. So it's just great to see both schools do so well.
And Coach, what are your goals for this year's team?
Always 3 goals. We want to obviously make the state playoffs. We want to win our conference. We want to win a state championship. I mean, those are our goals. As far as week to week, you want to get better every single week.
Last year, you were outstanding as a sophomore. What are your goals?
Just mature more as a quarterback. Just go farther for the team. You know, last year we stopped short. Definitely was a feeling that we don't want to have again. So just trying to go farther this year than we did last year.
And tell me about your game. You're fast. You've got a strong arm. If somebody hasn't seen you before, what are they going to see from you when they watch you on TV?
I'll just say a playmaker. You know, I can make plays throwing the ball, running the ball. Whether I have to do it on my feet or throwing the ball, I just rely on my athletic ability.
And if you score a touchdown against Rolesville, what can we expect you to do once you get to the end zone on TV?
Celebrate with my linemen and back to the sideline.
I'm here with reigning NAC 6 Conference Defensive Player of the Year and one of the best linebackers in the state, Zane Williams. Zane, how's off-season workouts going?
They're pretty good. You know, we're out here on the grind, out here in the hot weather, you know, just trying to do the best we can to get prepared for the upcoming season.
How much fun is that, knowing that you're going to have a future in the game?
It's definitely fun, but, you know, it's nothing guaranteed. It's always, you know, no matter if you have offers or not, you know, you still got to go out there and bust your tail and keep working. So,
what are your goals for this season?
Definitely have a better season than last year for sure. You know, make it farther than playoffs and state championship. You know, just being a better player and, you know, trying to be a better leader out on the field.
Someone else who knows a little bit about this rivalry is our Scholar Athlete of the Year award winner, Byron Brown. I had a chance to catch up with the former Rolesville and current University of South Florida quarterback. Byron, thank you so much for joining us. It's so good to see you. You look great. I know you're getting ready for your season. How exciting is it going into your second season with the South Florida Bulls?
I was very excited, just preparing myself mentally and preparing myself physically, just eager to get going.
Seems like yesterday you were with the Rams and we were covering your games. What was so special about your experience in high school?
They took a chance on me. They started me when I was a sophomore, 14 years old, and I wouldn't be where I am without them. It just holds a special place in my heart.
Such a great student, our Scholar Athlete. What an amazing award and accomplishment.
My mom always preached school before ball. So if I wasn't doing my schoolwork, I wasn't going to play football. So I knew that I had to devote as much time as I was into football and to school. And ultimately that led to me having a 4.3 GPA and just being able to receive that prestigious award.
And Byron, you know about the Wake Forest versus Rolesville rivalry. What's so special about that week and that game?
First time we beat Wake Forest. That experience was one that I can't quite put into words. We were looked at as their younger brother because we branched off from their school. It used to be Wake Forest, Rolesville. Now it's Wake Forest and Rolesville. So that's the game you want to win.
Well, and this year on Friday Night Rivals, we're covering Rolesville versus Wake Forest. What's your message to your team?
Rolesville, y'all better go out and show out. That's it. Y'all know what to do.
What's next for Byram? What do you want to accomplish in college and maybe after college?
Well, first step is get the starting spot and then win conference championships, go undefeated, break almost every passing record and QB rushing records as well. Hopefully make it to the NFL and do the exact same thing there. Try to be the best Byram I can be, best quarterback, best person, best leader of the community, all that.
Byram, we're so proud of you. Continued success. It was so much fun watching you in high school and now watching you play at the college level. Keep doing big things.
Yes, sir. Will do. Thank you.
Don't go anywhere. Coming up after the break, we'll speak with the North Carolina High School Athletic Association Commissioner Q Tucker, and we'll break down our final matchup and bring you our interview with Clayton coach Scott Chadwick and his former quarterback, UNC's Drake May. Thanks for staying with us. We still have one more game to preview, but first, I had the opportunity to speak with the North Carolina High School Athletic Association Commissioner Q Tucker on a variety of topics. Here's our conversation. Commissioner Tucker, thank you so much for your time. Football season's back.
It's hard to believe, isn't it? And with the temperature outside, it just defies the idea that we're getting ready to start football. But it is back.
Well, and we have some great matchups lined up on Friday Night Rivals. These rivalry games are so important to the community. What does it mean across the state?
The fans and those spectators in the community, they get so excited. They're in the grocery stores. They're looking forward to that Friday night rivalry game. It's all about bragging rights. They want to win that game if they don't win another game, so that if we go to church together, we can talk about it. If we, as I said, we're in the grocery store, we're wherever we are, we can talk about that game. And it just simply, I think it infuses a sense of energy and excitement in those communities. And oftentimes those communities are relatively close proximity-wise. And so, like I said, they see each other a lot. And it really is just such a great way to kick off not only the sports season, but the school year in general.
With the sharp decline in officials for high school sports, what steps are being taken to encourage more people to consider officiating high school?
Well, we can thank the NFHS for their efforts on a national scale to make provisions for anyone who is in our state and they don't know to come to our website, but that they may reach out to the NFHS. In North Carolina, we are thankful that, one, our board recognized the need to go ahead and immediately increase the pay, which always helps when you know you're going to get a few more dollars. We have upped our efforts to reach out to our community colleges. We've tried to let our schools know that if they have students who are getting ready to graduate, to try to encourage them, even if they're going off to college, wherever they are in state, that perhaps they could take up officiating.
And we've seen a dip in student participation in high school sports after COVID. Do you see that picking up in the near future?
I do. I think we're still recovering from COVID. We see that just in every aspect of our lives. I mean, just using church attendance as an example, people are just not going back to church as quickly as we'd like for them to go back. So I think that as we continue to recover from COVID, our young people will feel more comfortable.
Well, and you're a former coach, so I know this is an exciting time for you getting ready for the upcoming season. What thoughts do you have for the athletes and coaches heading into the year?
Well, I always like to again emphasize that what we do in education-based athletics is to teach lessons that will last a lifetime. So I want to encourage our young people to take advantage of education-based athletics. Participate, even if you're not going to be a player. There are always possibilities for that student manager, for that statistician, for the scorekeeper, to be a student coach. And so I just encourage our young people as they prepare for July 31, August 1st, to get ready, get involved, learn those lessons that will carry over once they graduate from high school. And for our coaches, I just encourage them to continue to realize that what they do makes a difference.
We can't wait for Friday Night Rivals to start, and we appreciate you and thank you for all you do for all the athletes, coaches, and community.
Well, thank you so much for what you guys do to help spread the message of education-based athletics.
Our season finale features Leesville Road taking on Cardinal Gibbons. Both teams have played in recent state championship games, with the Crusaders winning it all in 2021. This game has developed into an intense rivalry, and the winner very well could win the conference title. Coach, I think you're undefeated on Friday Night Rivals. So it always seems like you guys are dominant when you're on TV. How's the experience like for the kids and for the program?
Oh, they love it. I mean, they talk about it all the time. And, part of the things I think our kids rise to the occasion. So that big atmosphere is fun. It's exciting. We love it.
This year we'll be covering Leesville Road versus Cardinal Gibbons, the finale of Friday Night Rivals, and that game is going to be huge, the rivalry aspect of it. What does that game mean for you being the final game of the season?
Yeah, we're always excited to play Cardinal Gibbons. They're a good opponent. I really respect their coaching staff. They run it like a college program. So just the opportunity to play against it, and our kids know those kids. It's a great atmosphere every time. There's a lot at stake. There's a good crowd. So it's just, those are the memories that you live for. These high school kids love that stuff, and we do too.
What can we expect out of you in that game?
Just, a physical game. It's going to be a long, tired, physical game. We're going to battle it out.
What's the biggest thing you've learned from Coach Kolstad?
Leadership. He's a great coach. He tells us to work hard. Just get here every day. On time. Just get it done.
It's a great game. Every single time we play. Usually it's a great atmosphere too. Everybody likes to come out and watch that game. So. For us, especially, it's going to be a great motivation to come out there and really get the win for the team, for the school, for everybody in the community.
And, Coach, with your scheduling, you and I always talk about how you challenge your team. Great non-conference schedule as well as your conference schedule. What goes into your scheduling and what are you trying to accomplish?
It's an opportunity for us to figure out where our holes are, right, in our team and our scheme, whatever it may be, and to make those corrections before we get into conference play and then hopefully set ourselves up well for the postseason.
And most teams kind of schedule a team that's close by, but you're going to Florida.
We're super excited about the opportunity to go down and play Cardinal Gibbons. So it'll be Cardinal Gibbons versus Cardinal Gibbons in week 2 of the regular season. And, we'll certainly have our hands full when we go down there. They're a perennial national top 25 team. And that'll give us a good opportunity to really learn a lot about ourselves.
Last game of the season is Cardinal Gibbons versus Leesville Road in conference matchup. It's going to be a big one.
There's a good chance that night we'll find out who the conference champion is.
And you'll be playing Leesville Road. What's that rivalry like for you?
It's really big because in middle school they were in my conference. I'd never beat them in middle school. And my first win against Leesville was last year. It felt great. I mean, I don't know how it started, but it's a great game.
It's always a rivalry every year, but we're going to take it again this year.
What makes that rivalry so special?
Every year it's always us two at the top of our conference, and we just battle out to be the champ.
What a slate of games we have on the schedule this year. I'm so excited to be in the broadcast booth this season. And before we go, we want to bring you our interview with Coach Chadwick and UNC quarterback Drake May, who spent time with us early this summer on our visit to Clayton. Here are two special guests, head coach at Clayton High's football program, Coach Scott Chadwick, and his former quarterback, Drake May. Coach, when did you first meet Drake? And you coached him in high school, but what was that experience like for you?
Well, I first met him when he showed up at my quarterback training site with me and Josh McCown, and watched him throw, and this kid's not bad. He's probably about 14 or 15 at the time, but honestly, coaching him was phenomenal.
Yeah, and Drake, for you, having a coach like Coach Chadwick that's spent so much time with you and throughout your whole high school career and then in college still have a special bond. What was that like for you in high school, really developing under him?
Yeah, no doubt. I think, right off the bat, Coach Chadwick, just the person he is and, the father and the coach he is, we hit it off. I think, he does great. I just listened to his post-practice speech out here, and he's out here still giving the same life lessons he is to us. That's we still use it today. So that's been Coach Chadwick. It's about football. It's also about, growing us into men. And, he's so great with the kids and, even better calling plays.
Coach, when you were with Drake at Myers Park, you guys had so many big games and such a successful time. What was maybe the one game when you really knew that Drake was something different?
Probably the first game that we played. Maybe his sophomore year. I think it was probably the quarterfinals. We went on the road and beat Richmond County, who at that time was, kind of a state powerhouse. And you didn't go to Richmond County and win playoff games. You just didn't do that. And we went down there, and he threw for over 300 yards, and we won. We won handily. His junior year, he threw 50 touchdowns and had 2 interceptions. That's just little video game numbers. Yeah. And I think those numbers truly, told the story. I think we averaged We averaged 50 points a game that year, and I think we scored like 20 points in the fourth quarter. I don't think he ever played a fourth quarter the entire season, and he begged a couple times to play a couple fourth quarters. But we averaged 50 points a game, and this guy never played fourth quarters.
Yeah, so he got some rest in the fourth.
Yeah, exactly. He did.
Yeah. Drake, and for you, with these quarterbacks that you saw tonight for Clayton, what's the one piece of advice you would give them, knowing that they're being coached and tutelaged by Coach Chadwick? What would you tell those guys?
To listen to each and everything he's saying. Obviously, his work and what he's put, into other quarterbacks is shown, and the proof is in the pudding. But at the same time, have fun out here. It's high school football. It's supposed to be fun. Don't just go out there and be nervous and go out in the play, and just listen to what Coach is telling you. Same old stuff, and just have fun with it.
Yeah. For you, playing in college, it's great experience, and eventually the NFL. But there's nothing like high school football.
Oh yeah.
What's your best experience being in high school with Coach Chadwick and some of those memories?
Yeah. I think with me, just seeing the energy out here those guys had, just breaking it down in the huddle, brings me back to times, with my guys and my guys in high school. Just still seeing my old teammates, and we always, the main thing we're talking about is high school football. We're not even asking about their families or nothing, just recalling games and stuff like that. Just the memories you have in high school football on a night like this, and especially when it's Friday night and you got crowd and fans and student sections going. Doesn't get better than that.
Yeah.
It's high school football, and I tell people all the time, high school's football is the best time football.
Thanks to Coach Chadwick and Drake May for speaking with us. We also want to thank Commissioner Q Tucker for sharing her time with us, as well as all the players and coaches we visited with. And thanks to you for watching. I'm Jay Sunhalter, and I hope you enjoy our game coverage all season long on Friday Night Rivals. Good night.
Everybody's a little bit more excited. Everybody's a little bit more energized to go play football when TV's there. This year I plan to hold a trophy though.
And it's a lot of fun just to look over, see the cameras, get some exposure, and just get that film and just be able to watch themselves from that point of view.
A production that is just like what they're going to see on Saturday afternoon when they watch a college game.
Now, how tall are you, Jack?
I'm 6'5" right now, still growing.
You might be 6'6", 6'7" by the time the game shows.
When we're dealing with high school kids, you could be a great player one year and then get a girlfriend the next.
What do you want me to say about you when we're covering you during the Apex Friendship game?
I want you to say I'm a dog.
So, Quay, once you get past the first defender, is there anybody that can catch you?
No, sir. No.
Is it even close when they try to catch you?
No.
Do you think you could cover me?
I will be able to.
Do you think you could tackle me?
Yeah, if I just hit you in the legs, right.
Are you going to get a sack?
I'm going to get sacks, plural. I love hitting. That's why I'm fullback and middle linebacker. I just love hitting. I just like pancaking and scoring touchdowns,